Welcome you here to the Bruin Gymnasium for tonight's final home matchup between the Speedway Sparkplugs and your Tri-West Bruins. I'm Lane Gibbs, joined here by Mr. Spears here as always. And Mr. Spears, what would this win mean to the Bruins here to start us off here as a final home game this year?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, last time playing in front of your home crowd, HLC matchup, two competitive teams. This is going to be a good test for the Bruins to kind of help prepare them for sectional play. So I think it would mean a lot to the team, to Coach Strine, to be able to come out tonight and get a win. They're going to have to play really, really well tonight. As we'll uncover here in the pregame show, this Speedway team comes in at 10-8, and you look at the record, and you go, 10-8, they're just about 500. This is a really talented, athletic Speedway team. They always play really hard. They got a first-year coach this year, and Coach Wanell, who's had some success around the state. So this is going to be a really big challenge here for the Bruins tonight.
No, yeah, definitely well said. And going off of your they have a bit of a talented roster. I'm looking here at points per game, but one man definitely stands out here. Drew Matulich averaging 25.9 points per game. Next guy at 10. So watch out for this guy to get hot tonight. And also, but on the Bruins side of the ball, we saw in the pregame show Ryan Miller leading the team in points per game here with 13.6. Barnard with 74% from the field. And Jackson Paris at 4.4 rebounds. What can we see from the Bruins tonight?
Yeah, I mean, what we talked about in previous games, it's going to have to be a balanced scoring effort, right? If we get four guys in double digits or more, that's a good sign. Makes it more difficult for us to be able to defend, right, when the other team's playing defense against us. So, it's going to be kind of a contrast in styles. But, as we've seen before, sometimes when you get a team that comes in that's got that stud scorer, you can put too much emphasis on that player, right? And then you get somebody else that steps up and beats you. So while the emphasis is going to need to be on slowing Matulich down, we can't let the other guys. This is a three-headed monster. Kendrick Kaiser's a senior. He plays really well. A.J. Lund, another great player for them. You can't just let your guard down and put all your emphasis on the top scorer. It's going to take team defense to be able to get this win tonight.
And one common theme we've seen out of this Bruins team, it seems like when they have an off shooting night, it seems like it really snowballs for a while until the Bruins can finally maybe almost kind of grab some traction and then finally power their way through. If they can get going hot tonight and they can potentially shut down Matulich, what does the path to victory look like for the Bruins?
Yeah, we talked about that. It's funny, we were watching the Purdue-Michigan game before, and Purdue had gotten down big, and they had the ball in office and said, don't shoot a three, and they shot one. When you get down, sometimes you just got to get one going to the bucket, right? You got to get a bucket. You got to get one going towards the basket, maybe draw a foul, get the ball to go in at the free throw line, kind of reset yourself a little bit. So, we're going to see pressure. We're going to see athleticism. We got to be able to handle that. So if we go through stretches in the game tonight, we got to have leadership step up and say, all right, we need to go out and get a bucket here, right? So I think if we can do that, we're going to be in good shape. We'll be able to come out with a win.
So just a little over 5 minutes and 30 seconds left till tip-off. We're going to leave you with the interview here with Coach Strine here pregame, and we'll come back with a couple other insights and pregame picks here tonight.
Spears with the Tri-West Sports Network here, as always, with Coach Strine. Coach, good week last week.
Yeah, love the guys. Yeah, played really, really well. I thought we shared the ball well. Thought that our defensive intensity was good. We needed one of those games coming off a couple bad shooting nights. We needed a night where we could kind of get the shots going. They threw a little bit of everything at us. We saw the triangle in two. We saw a little bit of everything. We handled it all really well. So those are the type of games that you need going into the tournament a little bit. And now going into the tournament, we got three more. So
yeah, absolutely. Coach Wanell brings the Sparkplugs in tonight. He's been around. He's had some success. What have you seen from them on tape?
Yeah, funny. I coached his son at IUPUI. He's a walk-on for us, so I actually know him a little bit. He's going to run a lot of sets, similar to us. A lot of sets, a lot of their stuff that they do out of bounds turns into a set. Obviously, number 3, Matulich, he's their guy. He's probably one of the better players that will play all year. So we have our work cut out for us there. But they're going to play hard, just like everybody that we play. They're going to play hard. We can't really, I think last year the difference was we were sneaking up on teams.
Sure.
This year we can't really do that, and so we had told our guys, we got to be ready to go. But like I told our guys, I think that we should be thinking about not just sectional, but about regional.
Sure.
We should be thinking that far ahead, and thinking that if we can, clean up a couple things here in these last 3 games, we can be right there. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I know you got your eyes set on sectional here coming up. Give us your thoughts a little bit on this HLC. I know it'll be a full conference next year with Greenwood and Shelbyville. What have been your impressions of the competition and level of play?
I'm really glad we're in it.
Yep.
You know, to be honest, I mean, nothing against those teams, but in the Sagamore, it just was getting kind of, you know, we I think outgrown it a little bit as a basketball program anyway. I don't know about the other sports, but as a basketball program, you know, our average margin of victory last year in that league was 18 points. You know, and so this year, you know, you have Triton Central is a really good team. Beach Grove has probably the most talent in the league, top to bottom, I think. You know, this team's a good team. They have a really good player, maybe the best player in the league between him and Sego. You know, so every night's a battle in this league. And, you know, Indian Creek's down, but they won't be for long. And then next year you got Greenwood and Shelbyville. I think it just prepares you better for the tournament as coming up. You know, nothing against those, you know, the North Montgomerys and the Southmonts and stuff like that. But we just weren't getting challenged enough there. And that was one thing Mr. Knapp and I sat down and talked about this year was how do we make this a competitive schedule to get us ready for the tournament. Even if we're 12-8, I'd rather be 12-8 playing the teams that we've played than 18-2 and you know, had played, you know, a bad schedule, because I think that's gonna, you know, propel us better. So, you know, I think it's the toughest schedule going through it. It's the most 4A schools we've ever played. I think it's probably the toughest schedule. We're 7-1 against 3A schools this year. You know, so, you know, I'm pretty proud of it, but then part of that is the conference.
Well, it's been a lot of fun watching the growth of this team throughout the season, and best of luck tonight moving forward into sectionals. We'll be watching the draw on Sunday.
No, I appreciate it. Hopefully get you guys back out to do the show again with that, but I appreciate all you guys have done all year. You know, you two, you've done a great job, so you know, I just appreciate all you guys do for our team and our guys. I know they appreciate it. My family appreciates it back home. So
awesome.
So hopefully we can get another one tonight in the home slate as well.
All right. Good luck, Coach.
Awesome. Thanks, folks.
All right.
Yep. Thanks.
Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Welcome you back here to Tri-West High School and to the Great Bruin Gymnasium here as we enter 1 minute till tip-off. Mr. Spears, just give us a couple of final insights here as we clockwise down here to tip-off.
Yeah, you know, a couple keys to the game. We've got to play solid defense. All five guys connected, communicating, help side, ball defense. We've got to play without fouling, right? We talked about that a lot. You got to sit down, move your feet, keep your hands off. These guys are going to be quick. Offensively, we got to be patient, work through our stuff. Pass up a good one to get a great one. That's what we always say. You know, when you're running your stuff, you know, pass up a good shot to get a great one. I think if we do that, we're going to come out with a victory tonight. But, hey, that's why they say you play the game, right? So we shall see.
Yeah, definitely well said there from Mr. Spears. We got about 15 seconds till national anthem and pregame ceremonies. We're going to hand it over to the PA announcer.
With the playing of our national anthem. and gentlemen, welcome to Tri-West High School. It's in the great Bruin Gymnasium for tonight's Hoosier Legends Conference matchup between the visiting Speedway Spark Clubs and your Tri-West Bruins. Tonight marks our last home game of the 2025-26 season. That being said, we'd like to thank our senior cheerleaders, pep band members, and the Tri-West Sports Network production team. Your energy, spirit, and dedication has been greatly appreciated these past 4 years. Now, let's meet the visiting starters from Speedway. Wearing number 1, Kendrick Kaiser. Wearing number 3, Drew Mattel. Wearing number 13, AJ Love. Wearing number 23, Owen Seaver. And rounding out the starting lineup for the Spark Clubs, wearing number 32, Kyle Murray. The Spark Clubs are coached by Robert Waddle. And now, all Tri-West fans, get on your feet as we meet your Bruins starting lineup. A 6'2" sophomore wearing number 12, Aaron Dean. A 5'10" sophomore wearing number 20, Daniel Thomas. A 6'1" junior wearing number 4, Ryan Miller. A 6'2" junior wearing number 10, Jackson Harris. And the big man in the middle, a 6'5" junior wearing number 13, Parker Anderson. Your Bruins are coached by Tommy Strong. Tonight's IHSA officials are
Well, as the lights come back on, balls, everyone's getting ready at half court. Let's get ready for a great night tonight, Mr. Spears. This should be a pretty good game.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Really interested to see how we come out, start of the game. Hopefully we get another hot start. We've seen that a lot, right? We've gotten off to some big starts here last couple games, so hopefully we can keep that going.
Anderson, Medalich in the middle. Tip goes to Miller, and we are underway here at the Bruin Den. Miller going to start with the ball here. Paris flashes up top. He's got it now on the left wing. Hands it to Thomas. Thomas coming back around on his right. Pump fakes, hand off to Miller. Miller gets a screen, pull-up jumper inside the arc, off the front of the rim. Rebound's going to go to number 32, Kyle Murley. Number 1, Kendrick Kaiser brings it down, swings to Murley. Murley now swings to Lund. Lund back to Murley. Murley dribbling inside, jump stops, hand off to Lund. Lund driving baseline, looking for someone. Finds number 23, that's Owen Seaver, but can't get it to go. Thomas back up the floor for the Bruins. Dribbles baseline, big swing to Paris. Paris, a wide open 3. It's good. Give him 3 to start the game.
Yeah, nice job there by the Bruins to get going in transition. Speedway can't get the defense set. Wide open 3.
Medalich has it. Dribbling to his right now. Swings to Seaver. Seaver now to Kaiser. Kaiser looking on the left wing. Driving in the lane. Pulls it back out to Murley. Murley now hands it to Lund. Lund guarded by Dean. Back to Seaver. Seaver up top. Swing to Medalich. Medalich now dribbling around. Finds his way between 2 defenders. Jump stop. Almost ripped out by Paris, but a foul going to be called on Jackson Paris. His first of the night.
Yeah, you can already kind of see there Metallic is good on the perimeter. You know, even though he is 6'7", he can catch the ball and handle it outside. So he's going to be a load. It looks like they've got Ryan on him straight up right now.
So Metallic going to get the inbound, hands it off to Kaiser. Kaiser driving, jump stop, swing to Lund. Lund now driving baseline, quick swing over to Metallic in the corner. Metallic pull up jumper now, it's good. He'll get the plugs first 2 points of the night.
Nice touch there from the big fella.
Thomas slowly bringing up the floor, one-on-one with Lund. Thomas dribbling around, inside to Anderson on the elbow. Anderson swing to Paris. Paris dribbling left, gets a screen. Nice backdoor cut by Anderson. Fouled as he goes up, and he's heading to the line for 2.
Yeah, the Bruins have made a point of emphasis, it seems like, over the last couple of games of getting Parker involved on the offense, and I really like it because it just adds another dimension to the offense. You know, you can sometimes become one-dimensional, right? And so just having a count for Parker, even if he only scores, 6 points a game, it just adds another thing that the defense has to worry about. So I really like the offense that they've been able to work in from him over these last few games.
So Anderson will get his first to go, extends the lead to 2, has a chance to go back up by 3. Anderson puts it up, and it will go in and out, so the Bruins hold at a 4-2 lead here with 6:12. Kaiser dribbling down the right side of the lane, slows it back down, swings out to Madalik. Madalik looking on his left, now on the wing, trying to get a screen here, but he's doubled up top. Madalik now cross over to his right, pull up from the free throw line. There's 2 more for him.
Yeah, he's going to be a hard guard tonight. Looks like we're switching everything, so it doesn't look like they're necessarily trying to guard him like man up, no help. They're just switching everything.
Miller to Thomas, handoff back to Miller. Miller now one-on-one. Picks up his dribble, tries to get inside to Anderson. Foul going to be called. Number 23, that's Owen Seaver caught reaching.
Yeah, I was wondering when that whistle was going to come on that. He was reaching pretty hard there. That's a good sign if we can pick up some fouls on the inside there pretty quickly.
Miller going to take it out under his own basket. Miller now has it. Play went into motion a bit too early, but still they get it inbounded. Paris now dribbling left side of the lane, kick out to Dean. Dean for 3. It's good.
Bingo.
Give him 3. Bruins are 2 for 2 behind the arc.
Good sign to hit a couple of outside shots here early, too.
Bruins starting a man-to-man press. Kaiser now dribbles across. Kaiser looking on his left, getting a screen from Lund. Kaiser now swing to Seaver, who swings to Madalik. Madalik doubled on the wing, swing to Murley. Murley to Lund. Lund dribbling to his right. Back left now behind the back, driving lane. Nice swing to Kaiser off the hand of Paris. Gonna kick out to Madalik for a 3 off the front of the rim. Murley gonna come down with the rebound. He's fighting his way to the basket. He's gonna fight his way for 2 points.
Yeah, got to block out. We give him a second chance there.
So Thomas now holding it up top. 4:48 left to play. Bruins up by 1, 7-6.
Speedway jumping into a 2-3 zone right here.
Hand off to Dean, back to Thomas. Thomas getting a high screen from Anderson. Anderson, nice inside screen off of it. Almost loses it, gets it back. Anderson, and around pass to Miller. It's good. Give him 3.
Again, that's a great sign, not just because you're knocking them down, but that'll get them out of the zone, too, if we can do that.
Kaiser to Murley, who gives it to Madalik in the left side wing. Madalik creates some separation, and it's good, man. He's 3 for 3 from that midi, giving me some Sean Livingston type vibes.
Yeah, I mean, he's got good touch. He's really skilled.
Thomas tries to drive to the lane, can't get it. Madalik back with the rebound. Kaiser now dribbling up the floor. Big pressure there from Anderson. Bit of a mismatch, though, as he gets it to Madalik. Madalik holding it up top, trying to get the play from Coach Wanham. Madalik now looking left, finds Lund. Lund stuck on the left wing, looking, gets it out to Murley. Murley picks up a dribble again, back to Lund now. Lund dribbles left, one-on-one. Jump stop, swing out to Seaver. Seaver gets it tipped, gets it back though. Murley now driving in the lane over Anderson. Get that out of my house, says Anderson. Dean, quick swing up to Miller. Miller slowing it down in the corner, trying to create some separation. Lob to Anderson up top. Anderson to Paris now. Paris now driving to his left in the lane. To Miller in the corner. Tipped it off Madelich, but he tips it off of Miller's knee, and that's going to go towards Speedway. So Bruins will take a timeout. We'll also take a timeout. 10-8 with 3:17 left. Welcome you back here to the Bruin Gymnasium after our first time out of the game. Bruins still up by 2, 10-8 with 3:17 left to play. Richard Spears, we're just talking about it, but what have you seen so far out of both sides of the ball?
Yeah, Metallic is the real deal. I was just telling you off camera there that he kind of reminds me, not that he's at that same level, but kind of reminds me of a Gordon Hayward when he was at Brownsburg, a guy that can put the ball on the deck, shoot it from outside, good touch. So we're going to have to figure out something. Looks like we're changing up the defense here.
Kaiser tries to drive, but Anderson, that was Barnard with a big block there as the ball goes back the other way to the Bruins. Paris swing to Gibson now, who gets it out to Barnard. Barnard, Miller in the corner, back to Thomas. Thomas getting the play from Strine. So they bring it up top, setting it up now. Thomas dribbling back right, picks up his dribble to Miller. Miller one-on-one with Lund. Miller now driving basket, 1-on-3, can't get it to go. Madelick comes down with the rebound. Huge swing up to Lund, a bit out of his reach. Lund gets it back though. Back to Madelick on the left wing, quick swing to Kaiser. Kaiser dribbling around on the right side. Looking for something now. Gets it back up top to Seaver. Seaver swing to Lund. Lund for three. It's good. His first shot of the night goes down for three.
Yeah, DT just got caught helping a little bit too much right there. And it looks like they're going a 1-3-1 here.
Gibson gets past the trap. Lob to Thomas. Thomas now looks like a weird...
It's like a 1-3-1 defense.
Miller almost gets it stolen away. Thomas swing to Gibson. Gibson to three. It's good. Heat check. There's three right back.
Yeah, they play on a lot of junk defenses, to kind of mix things up.
Madelick taking the size advantage against the Barnard. Dribbles in to tie this game up at 13 with 1:40 left. Miller trying to get through the trap. Handoff to Gibson. To Thomas. Thomas now dribbling through the lane, trying to find someone. Gets it back to Gibson. Gibson another deep three. This time bricked off the glass, but Miller fighting for the rebound. Can't get it. Kaiser has it now, one-on-one with Gibson, spins in the lane. Parrish tries to get the block. Here's a layup there, and the Speedway Sparkplugs take their first lead of the night, 15-13. Gibson trapped in the corner, trying to find something, can't find it. He's got it. He gets it out to Thomas now. Thomas now dribbling to his left, dribbling around, gets it to Miller. Miller, a three. Just off the back of the rim. Barnard can't get the rebound. Still fighting for it, but Kaiser retains possession.
Yeah, we got to slow down. That 1-3-1 is speeding us up. We got to get set, recognize what they're in.
So Kaiser now gets it to Lund. 52 seconds left. Speedway still up by 2, 15-13. Inside to Madelick. Madelick spins at the elbow. Off the front of the rim this time. Paris has it. Paris, huge swing up to Gibson. Gibson driving against him, creates some separation and draws the contact for two.
Really smart play right there. He knew Metallic was out of position, went right into him and got the foul call. So just a couple things here real quick. They've already played 3 different defensive sets, man, 2-3, and that 1-3-1. With that 1-3-1, a lot of times what you want to do is take a big guy like Metallic and put him up at the point. It creates havoc. You got to fake a pass to make a pass. Get him up off his feet. You got to have 2 guys high, 2 guys in the corner, 1 guy either in the low block or up at the free throw line extended, and you just have to work the ball. You got to be patient. You got to look opposite against the 1-3-1. I don't know how long they're going to stay in that, but that's really caused us a lot of fits here, and I'm sure they're going to stay in it until we can conquer it.
So Gibson makes both free throws to tie this back up at 15 with 35 left in the first. Kaiser dribbling back on the left wing, trying to find something. Swing to Lund up top. Lund to Madelick. Madelick getting a screen from Lund. Looking now. Backdoor swing to Lund. Lund back to Madelick. Madelick looking around now. 20 seconds left. Madelick dribbling around in the right. And again, a pull-up from the elbow. This time off the front again. Dean with the rebound.
Better job of forcing some tougher shots from him the last 2 times down the court.
10 seconds. Thomas has got it. Thomas one-on-one with number 4, Keller Sox. Thomas drives inside the lane. 1-on-3, gonna get the foul, and I believe he'll be going to the line. He'll be going to the line for the first time tonight with 4.8 left in this quarter.
Yeah, good job there again of just kind of breaking a guy down off the dribble and forcing the action. Well, you got to be careful of doing that too much.
Thomas setting up for his first, has a chance to put the Bruins back up by 2. We'll drain the first, 16-15, still 4.8 left in the quarter.
Don't want to give up something cheap here. You also don't want to foul a 3-point shot here at the end, especially if it's a big like Metallic taking it.
Thomas will drain the second, puts him back up by 2. 3 seconds now as Kaiser quickly brings it up for the Sparkplugs. Kaiser driving a fadeaway jumper just off the back of the rim as the first quarter expires. The Bruins will win quarter 1 here, 17-15. We'll take a quick break and be right back with a quarter review.
Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Welcome you back here to Tri-West High School over the Bruin Gymnasium here as we start quarter 2 of play here. Bruins up 17-15. Mr. Spears, what have you seen out of the Sparkplug offense so far, and especially on defense as the Bruins started to stumble a bit there towards the end of the first quarter?
Yeah, them throwing a bunch of different defenses at us certainly, was a benefit to them. We started to kind of settle down a little bit. Did a better job on defense there toward the end of the first quarter. Let's see if we can keep that up here in the second.
So Sparkplug start here the second quarter with the ball. Kaiser swing to Madalik. Madalik driving baseline one-on-one with Paris. Loses footing a bit. Quick swing. I had to get out to Kaiser. Tip. Out to number 4. That's Keller. Sox with a 3. Can't get it. Tipped around. Barnard comes down with the rebound. Gibson. Quick swing up to Miller. Miller one-on-one. Tries to go up with it, but a foul going to be called. Miller's going to head back to the line.
Yeah, I was kind of obstructed on the view there. I know the block was certainly clean. I'm guessing maybe they were saying he got him down below before he exploded up to the basket.
So Miller with his first. It is up and good. Extends the lead to 3. That's a chance to push it to 2 possessions now. Back up to 4 with the second shot. Again, another thing I want to point out, too, in the first quarter, Speedway had 4 fouls in the first quarter. This is already the first. We're only 30 seconds in. So this is one of those key quarters, especially going into halftime. If the Bruins can keep drawing fouls against the free throws, they can help push their lead, cushion their lead a little bit here.
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be nice to be able to get a little bit of cushion here because this team looks like they can score it pretty easily.
So Gibson one-on-one with Kaiser, gets it out to Madalik. Paris tips it out, but it's going to go to Speedway's way. As very good defense there as Gibson was all over Kaiser, and Paris way to get his hands active there to bat it away.
Good denial there. Make everything hard. That's all you can really do, is just make things as hard as possible.
Kaiser, quick swing out to number 23. That's Owen Seaver. Seaver tries to swing it to Sox, but it's tipped off of Paris. Back to Kaiser now, one-on-one. Calling for a screen. He's got it. Kaiser picks it up, swing to Murley. Murley, hand off to Madalik. Madalik, huge swing over to Murley. Murley for 3, just long. Rebound's going to go to Gibson. No, will not. He gets it batted away. Kaiser, quick swing into Murley again. Can't get it to go. Or excuse me, that's Seaver. Seaver can't get it to go again. This time going to go out of bounds off his hands, and the ball is going to go to Tri-West.
Yeah, Bruin coaching staff and imploring the kids to make sure they block out. I know it's going to be hard. Now they're going to show a little bit of press here. Zone press, 1-2-1. Probably a diamond press. Going to look to probably try to trap in the corner. First pass. There it is. Good swing.
So Thomas trying to pass his way out of the press here. This time he's going to dribble out of it. Tries a jump stop. No travel called there. Gibson, quick swing to Paris. Paris a 3. Oh, just in and out. Madalik now brings up the 4. Almost loses it. Paris playing good heads up D. Kaiser has it now. Swing to Lund, guarded by Barnard. Back to Kaiser. Kaiser dribbling around up top, trying to find something. Swing to Sox. Sox looking now back to his left. Gets it to Kaiser. Kaiser spinning the lane. Barnard tried to go up on the block but couldn't get the ball to drop. Kaiser's still going to the free throw line.
Yeah, nice job there of recognizing that Metallic was trying to set something up over there where he would screen and then drop down to the block and post up. We did a nice job of taking away, but in doing that, it opened up the middle of the lane, and Kaiser recognized it, did a nice job of driving in and picking up the foul call.
So Kaiser will miss the first free throw. This lead will stay at 4 for the Bruins, 19-15 with 6:12 left in the half. So
we gotta block out here on any miss.
So re-entering the game here is going to be Parker Anderson for the Bruins. And I believe Eric Dean is re-entered as well. Kaiser up with a second. He will miss. Tip, though, off the rebound. Going to go back into Kaiser's hands. Swing out to Murley. Murley off the front of the rim. Dean going to come down with the rebound. Dean to Thomas now. Thomas slowly dribbling up the floor with just under 6 left. Thomas one-on-one with Sox. Playing it out. Hands it off to Gibson. Gibson gets a screen from Anderson. 2-on. Double team. Gibson just inside the arc. Just long. As number 11, that's going to be Nolan Ward with the rebound for the Spark Plugs. Kaiser hesitates. Anderson get the block off the rim. Gibson get a 5 for the rebound. Nice spin. He's looking up the floor. He's one-on-one. Nice dump to Thomas. Thomas with the layup. Couldn't get the contact foul there. And a timeout going to be called by Speedway, but the Bruins push their lead back up to 6, 21-15. We'll take a quick break. Welcome you back here to the Bruin Gymnasium here as we have our special feature here, as we've introduced in the last couple of games, the Dan Cam, the superstar 8-push teacher, Dan Ross there, having a lovely conversation with our school resource officer. But as we focus back here on the basketball, Mr. Spears, what are we going to see here over these last 5.5 minutes going into halftime?
Yeah, we've done a better job of settling down a little bit, taking advantage of, attacking the basket when we can. We've done a better job on defense, too, making things a little bit more difficult. We still got to stay connected, communicate, and play solid defense all the way to the block out.
So Sparkplug's going to get the ball out of the timeout. Number 32, Kyle Murley has it, swings to Kaiser. Kaiser now gets it to Sox. Sox one-on-one with Thomas. Inside feed to Lund. Lund with a layup, just can't get it to go. Dean gets it with the rebound.
Little flex action there from the Spark Plugs.
Dean to Paris. Paris gets a block from Anderson. Almost got the flash pressure there. Couldn't get it. Miller drives, baseline draws contact, can't get it. Rebound tries to go to Thomas, but it's going to go off the hands of A.J. Lund. So the ball will stay with the Bruins under their own basket.
Yeah, it's a battle down low tonight when the ball goes up. A lot of bodies, a lot of athleticism, guys flying around.
Miller looking for an inbound. You're going to find Paris in the corner. Paris dribbling it back out. Careful to not get trapped. Paris now dribbling inside the lane. Finds the open pocket. Picks up his dribble, though. Swing to Miller on the wing. Gets it back to Paris. Paris now up to Anderson up top, who hurls it to Thomas. Thomas dribbling back around. Looking for somebody. Thomas dribbling back right. Fake screen from Paris. Nice crossover there. Quick swing to Paris again. Fake swing to Dean. He puts up a 3, and it's good. Paris is 2 for 2 on the night.
Good ball movement. Nice job there by DT to kind of penetrate and kick.
So Madalik brings it down for the Speedway. Dribbling back to his right. Gets it to Lund. Lund swing to Kaiser. Kaiser getting a screen. Dribbling it back out. Dribbling around, trying to find someone. Finds Madalik. Madalik on the left wing, dribbling around, trying to find someone, trapped by Anderson. Quick swing inside to Murley. Murley now dribbling around, no look pass to Madalik. Swing to Lund, swing back inside to Sox. Sox back to Murley on the elbow. Murley on the floater, gets it to drop. Anderson, quick inbound to Thomas. Thomas now one-on-one, huge lob to Miller. Miller, fake pass to Thomas, still has his dribble, gives it to Thomas now. Is Thomas looking for a play? Thomas one-on-one, trying to create some separation. He's got it. Gets a screen from Anderson. Thomas dribbling in the lane. Creates some separation. Swing to Miller. Miller, 3. It's good. Give Miller 3 more.
DT's doing a great job of penetrating kick. He's beating his man off the dribble. Sox is playing so tight. I don't know if he doesn't know how quick DT is, but he's been able to get around him the last 2 times and penetrate and kick.
Bruins extend their lead at 10, 27-17. 3 minutes left in the half. Sox almost trapped in the corner there. Swings it to Lund. Lobs up to Madalik. Madalik now cross court to Merle, who swings to Sox. Sox for a 3 off the front of the rim. Paris with the rebound. Paris now up the floor, gives it to Miller. Miller, one-on-one with A.J. Lund, and Lund going to get the charge call, and the ball is going back towards Tri-West.
That was a flop. I don't know why he called that as a charge. That was clear. He tried to set up for the charge 2 seconds before Ryan got there, moved and fell back as soon as he got touched. It was a pretty clear flop from here, but yeah.
So Lund going to inbound it to Madalik, as Madalik now brings up the floor for Speedway. Madalik one-on-one with Paris, dribbles around the left side, picks it up, gets it to Sox. Sox almost pulled the 3 up top, but decided not to. Gets it back to Madalik, who runs around to the right wing. Thomas trying to play some heads-up defense, and he's going to get called on the reaching.
Well, hopefully we can get that call down on this end, because Keller Sox has hands on DT every single time down the court, so hopefully we'll start to see that call down here as well.
Kai's looking for an inbound, gets it out to Madalik, but it's through his hands. Paris going to pick it up. Paris 2-on-1, trying, picks up his dribble, looking for some help now. Paris gets it to Dean. Dean at 3, he's been hot. Just in and out. Anderson fighting for the rebound, can't get it. Going to fall in the hands of Lund. Hands it to Madalik.
Take
Madalik
one.
up.
Same thing. Oh,
this time a block going to be called on Thomas instead of a charge.
That's the same thing. Wow.
So Thomas going to pick up 2 fouls there quick here within a few seconds. That's going to allow Parker Gibson to come into the game here. As now Bruins have reached 4 fouls on the quarter as Madalik goes to the line.
I mean, I don't know how much more set DT could have been. He stood there, put his hands down. That was a awful call. I mean, hey, you know us. We try to be, we understand refs are human and everything like that. But, boy, that's 2 really bad calls there against the Bruins in the last 2 possessions.
Madalik puts up a second, and it will go. This leads back down to 8. 27-19 for the Bruins. Miller now holding up top, fearing the trap, gets it back to Gibson. Gibson gets it across, dribbles through 2, dribbles through 3, tries to get it up, but there's the foul there. Gibson going back to the line.
Foul on Speedway, number 23. Owen Seaver, his second.
Now, go ahead.
So Gibson going to the line now for 2. And the Bruins, it's almost been a flip of the coin as I was talking about in the first quarter. Bruins now at 4 fouls, Speedway at 2 as Gibson makes the first free throw. Bruins put their lead back up by 9, 20-19 with just over 2 minutes left in the half. Gibson misses a second. Rebound's going to go to Seaver. Adlick brings it up now, slowing it down. Looking for something here from Speedway. Gets it to Kaiser. Kaiser now on the right wing. Tries to swing out to Seaver. Anderson goes up, tries to slam it home. But Gibson gets back the rebound as got rejected by the rim. There was Anderson. Tries to swing to Anderson, and this time it's going to go off his chest out of bounds.
Yeah, that's unfortunate there. I get it. You want to try to throw it down, get the crowd going, but take the layup maybe. I don't know. That's a tough one.
So Lund going to inbound it to Madalik as Madalik now brings it back up the floor. Again, the slowdown signal from Wanham. Madalik brings up the floor, 1:38 left. Lund on the left wing, guarded by Miller. Feeds inside to Madalik, and a foul going to be called on Paris.
Yeah, they're going to tighten these whistles up. We need to see it on both ends. That would be much appreciated.
So with that, that'll be Tri-West's 5th foul of the quarter, and Madalik will be going to the line, and every whistle now will be a foul, or will be a foul line trip for Speedway. So Madalik puts up the first, and it is off the back of the rim.
Now we got to block out here. You got to know who's got shooter. You got to know who's pinching. First step is always really important, right off the block, okay, and then getting your butt into them and driving them out. Go up and attack the rebound. You work on these drills all the time in practice.
Madalik puts up the second, and it is good. Back down to an 8-point game, 28-20, 1:30 left in the half. Gibson to Miller. Miller, quick speed through the defenders, trying to beat the trap. One-on-one by Madalik. Feeds inside to Anderson. Anderson this time will lay it in to get his 2 points back from the last possession. Lund now brings it up. Pass to Madalik. Madalik on the right wing. Heavily defended by Anderson. Swings it to Merle. We're lead to Lund on the left wing now. Lund dribbling around, gets it out to Seaver. Seaver, swing to Madelick. Madelick now dribbling around, double team by Anderson. Ball's getting batted around. Foul this time going to be called on Anderson.
Man, look, if that's a foul, that's a foul. But Metallic just down here and hacked Miller, and there was no call. Boy, this is turning into a rough night for the gentleman in stripes. And like I said, we try to give the benefit of the doubt, but
Madelick will make the first free throw. Lead is back down to 9, 30-21. Just under a minute now with 59 seconds exact left on the clock. Madelick setting up for a second. Bruins looking for a bucket here. Madelick puts it up, and it is good. Leads back down to 8. Kaiser coming back in the game. Madelick is actually coming out of the game, so this will be a good opportunity for the Bruins to score a couple points. As Paris will take the inbound, and Sparkplug setting up it looks like a man-on-man press.
Diamond press here, 1-2-1.
Gibson bringing it up. Finally gets a call there by Ward as Ward wrapped his whole arm around his shoulder, but gets the call there.
That one took a little too long to call. Hey, we're just going to have to be strong with it here. Obviously, they're not going to call them pretty tight here.
So Miller inbounds to Gibson. Gibson, 52 seconds to work with. Gibson guarded by Sox. Gets a screen from Anderson. Gibson swing back to Anderson. Hand off to Miller. Miller getting a block. Swing to Gibson. Gibson, pump fake, up from the elbow. It's good. Nice jumper there from Gibson. 10 points now, 32-22, 35 left in the half. Kaiser
got to be solid here.
Lund back to Kaiser. Timeout being called by Speedway. So 29.5 seconds left. Speedway takes timeout. 10 points to our deficit here, 32-22. We'll be right back after. Welcome me back here to the Bruins Gymnasium here. Bruins up by 10, 32-22 with 29.5 seconds left remaining in this half. Reacher Spears, as we'll kind of talk on the kind of obvious issue we've seen here about the last 2 or 3 minutes. What about these officiating calls tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, if you're going to call a game tight, call it tight both ways. It just seems like it's been really inconsistent. That's the thing I don't get. Inconsistency. I know people always talk about look at the foul numbers. It's not even that. One team can be fouling a lot more than the other, but it's the level of contact on each side just has to be called consistent. That's all I would like to see in the second half.
So with the Sparkplug timeout, they're going to get the ball in their own half of the court. Maddox tries to get the handoff, and it's going to go the Bruins' way as it slips through his hands, and the Bruins regain possession off of an unforced turnover.
Yeah, you got to make them pay for that. Yeah, give a possession away with under 30 seconds to go. Hold for one here. Get a good one.
As you said, Mr. Spears, 23 seconds left. Bruins still up by 10. Miller's going to have it. Probably going to drain a few seconds off the clock here. Get about enough time for one possession for the Bruins. As Miller now looking around. 13 seconds now to work with. Miller dribbling. Looking for someone one-on-one with Kaiser. Finally gets a screen there from Anderson. Driving in the lane, 1-on-3. He gets the layup to go. Puts him up by 12. 1 second left. Kaiser looking. Tries to jack it up. Off the backboard. And the Bruins with a nice layup there from Miller to end the half. Will take a 34-22 lead. We'll take a quick break here. We'll be right back with our halftime report.
Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
All right, welcome back here to the Broome Gymnasium as the Tri-West Bruins and Speedway Spark Plugs are locked up in a good battle here with Tri-West leading at the half 34-22. Bruins are back out on the court warming up. Lane, let's hear your thoughts a little bit on what you saw from your perspective. You know, you doing a play-by-play, so sometimes you don't get a chance to break things down as much as I get the chance to. So what were your thoughts on what you saw there in that first half?
No, yeah, definitely. I feel like one of the big things we saw, we've obviously Matt, like he's kind of like you were saying about Gordon Hayward earlier. He's been really good from the elbow and from the elbow up. He's really good about that first step, getting around his guy and then creating that separation and just getting a nice just mid-shot jumper off. It's just like it's like your everyday shot in the driveway for him.
Yep.
Another big thing I saw though, including Madelich, was that when he was off the floor, the Bruins seemed very comfortable in themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, again, that might just be Madelich's presence because of just how efficiently he's been tonight so far. But I mean, without him on the floor, the Bruins were easily able to get past the Speedway defense. But one thing I do want to say, to probably see a lot more out of Speedway, is that 1-3-1 defense. That defense definitely tripped up the Bruins, especially in the end of the first quarter. I mean, the Bruins did kind of fix it during the second quarter and started to kind of get their footing back under them. But I mean, this lead hasn't got over 15 points for the Bruins, and Speedway easily clues that up to a tie game when Madelich's on the floor. So watch out for that more aggressive 1-3-1 defense, and just watch out for Madelich to almost heat up even more. But a big positive thing from the Bruins side that I've seen, we've been able to shoot the ball tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Eric Dean, I believe, is 2 for 2. Paris is 1 for 2. Miller's 2 for 2. I think Thomas has got 1. We're really efficient behind the arc, but still don't get away from those inside shots. I mean, you're not going to hit every single shot that goes up.
Right.
So it's still good to still work inside like Thomas has been doing, always trying to beat his guy and look for that open man or drive and get the foul.
Yeah, very well said there, Lane. That's a good breakdown of what happened there in that first half. I really hope that because I'm sure we're going to see them continue to mix up defenses in the second half. It looked like one thing that I was happy to see is we did a pretty good job of handling their diamond press. What they're trying to do on that is they'll put a guy on the ball and then 2 guys on the wings. And the first pass, whichever corner it goes into, you run over and you trap first pass as hard as you can. We seem to do a pretty good job of handling that, so hopefully we continue that into the second half here. We can't let that 1-3-1 speed us up. We can't let it get us going too quickly. We got to handle it, make sure that we run through our stuff, and I think if we can do that, stay connected on defense, play the way that we did there in the second quarter, we're going to be in good shape.
And that's one thing, too, I saw. I mean, I felt like, especially in the last minute, we saw a lot of those controversial foul calls. I feel like that sped both teams up, really. I mean, You saw a lot of those back and forth fouls there. So that's almost play into a factor. And like we said, foul trouble is always going to be your friend here, whichever side of the ball you're on. We saw in the first quarter, Speedway almost reached it. And then the second quarter, for the last minute 30, the Speedway was able to keep this thing between 10 to 12 points with fouls.
Yep.
So watch out for your foul count, especially tonight.
Yep, absolutely. All right, we will take a quick break here and come back with second half action on the Tri-West Sports Network.
Welcome you back here to the Tri-West Bruin Gymnasium here as we enter the second half. Bruins going to start with the ball here for the last 16 minutes of the night. 34-32, Bruins still up as Brian Miller will bring the ball up to start. Miller one-on-one with Kaiser, hands it off to Dean. Dean to Thomas, to Anderson now. Anderson holding it up top, inside on the elbow to Paris. Paris backing it up, hand off to Miller. Miller to Paris, trying to look for a reset, picks it up again. Thomas now dribbling around. Guarded by Lund, hands it off to Anderson up top. Anderson to Dean. Dean, a pump fake, gets a nice pick from Anderson just off the front of the rim, though. Can't get the 3 to fall.
Yeah, good patience, wide open shot, just didn't get it to drop.
Kaiser inside to number 32, Kyle Murley, and that'll be the Sparkplugs' first points of the half. Harris one-on-one through the lane. Can't get the layup to fall. Nice rebound there from Anderson. Can't get the layup to fall, though, and the rebound's going to go to Seaver this time. Lund up to Kaiser. Kaiser dribbling around now for the Sparkplugs. 7:03 left. Bleed is out 10 for the Bruins, 34-24. As he passes to Lund. Lund gets a quick screen, gets it back to Seaver. Seaver looking, tries to get it inside to Kaiser, but swatted away by Miller. Going to land in the hands of Dean. Dean looked for the pass, couldn't get it to Thomas, but settles on Miller instead. Miller getting a play from Strine, looking to his left, pulls it back out. Miller dribbling back across to his right, this time feeds it to Paris. Paris dribbling around the baseline, picks up his dribble to Anderson. Quick swing back to Paris. Paris the three, just in and out. Rebound's going to go to Kaiser. Kaiser up the floor to Murley now, hands it to Lund. Lund, one-on-one with Thomas, looking around, picks up his dribble, swing to Seaver. Seaver to Kaiser. Kaiser holding, waiting for the pick. He gets it, dribbling to his left, his right. Tries to get it to Matalik, and he throws it away as Matalik tried to cut back outside, and the Bruins get the ball on another unforced turnover.
Yeah, a little shimmy there from Matalik, and Lund didn't quite know where he was going, or Kaiser, I should say, didn't quite know where he was going, and ball goes out of bounds. We got to get a good one here and get something. We've had a couple of decent looks, just haven't been able to get something to drop.
Thomas drives to the bucket, can't get the foul called. Rebound's going to go to number 11, that's Nolan Ward. Gives it to Matalik, and the shot's going to go up. It's going to be an on-the-floor foul. Going to be called on Ryan Miller. That'll be, I believe, his second foul of the night and the team's first. So Speedway will get it under their own bucket here to start. 5:51 left. Is Speedway looking for the inbound. Lobs it up into Matalik over Paris. Matalik dribbling to his right, one-on-one with Paris. Picks it up now. Swing out to Lund. Lund to pull up three, just off the front of the rim. Anderson, a nice rebound. Thomas brings up the floor. Looking to his left, gets it to Paris. Swing to Miller. Miller pull up three, just off the front of the rim. This time, Murley going to come down with the rebound.
Yeah, it's a couple of outside shots that haven't dropped now. We got to maybe look at getting something going to the basket here.
Kaiser, swing to Lund. Lund, a nice little jumper inside the arc. There's two for him. Thomas, swing to Miller. Speedway back enters that diamond press trap. Dean now has it, almost gets trapped. Thomas rips away. Thomas, swing to Paris. Paris, wide open three. It's good. Give him three. And a timeout by Tri-West. 5:07 left in this, a full timeout. So 5:07 left in this third quarter. 37-26. Bruins up by 11. We'll take the break. Back here to the Bruin Gymnasium for tonight's matchup between Speedway and Tri-West. 5:07 left to play in the third quarter. Bruins up by 11. And Mr. Spears, Speedway already coming out early in that diamond press. What do you got to say about that?
Yeah, obviously they're trying to, slow things down a little bit, make life difficult for the Bruins. Again, we've done a pretty nice job of handling it. We missed a lot of shots there out of the gate to start the third quarter, and that gave Speedway a chance to kind of creep back in a little bit. So, again, we're going to have to take care of the ball here. We're coming out with a little press ourselves, probably just enough to kind of slow them down. We'll see what we can do here.
Coming out with a man-to-man press, the Bruins are. Thomas one-on-one with Kaiser. Kaiser jumping up the floor. Going to get it across now, looking for Matalik. He's got him. Gets a pick from Wood, switches, gets it to Murley. Murley to Kaiser. Now one-on-one with Dean. Thomas switches, gets it to Wood. Wood to Lund. Lund inside to Matalik. Matalik almost got a four-person trap on him on the block. Swings it all the way out to Kaiser. Kaiser pull-up jumper. It's good. Just over the rim. He's going to get two. Leads back down to 9. 37-28. Thomas brings up the floor for the Bruins. Looking for something here, waiting for a play from Stride. Gets a screen from Anderson, going to get switched onto the center. Swing back to Miller up top. Miller looking on his right, hand to Thomas. Thomas swinging up to Anderson. Anderson looking, Miller trying to dribble around. He's got a wide open lane, 1-on-4, can't get it. Anderson snatched it away for the rebound and gets the bucket.
Good effort there by Parker to go up and get that board, kept it high, put it back in.
So Kaiser dribbling around here on the right wing, guarded one-on-one by Thomas. Loses it, falls on it. It's going to go out of bounds off his own hands, and it's going back to the Bruins here with an 11-point lead.
Yeah, these are the ones where you got to make them pay, right? You got to make them pay for that turnover right there. Looks like they're going to set back up in their press. Maybe not. Looks like they're getting back now.
So Barnard and Gibson are the game, and that's one thing I want to say. Barnard has had a really good game defensively tonight. I don't think he's seen the floor as much as we normally see him play. But Barnard, I believe he's already got a block on the night and has got a couple buckets. So he's been really good on the defensive side of the ball. During that altercation, foul going to go towards number 3 on Speedway. That's Drew Madalik, his third, team's first. So the Bruins going to get it under their own bucket. Miller looking for an inbound, trying to find someone, lobs it up to Barnard. Barnard gets it, fighting for it, using his body. Geist bucket there, as we were talking about, using that body for contact. He's going to get 2 to fall.
Yeah, nice job of being strong, playing through the contact. Good finish.
Kaiser driving, swing to Sox, and it's going to be off Sox' hand, and it's going back the way of the Bruins.
Yeah, a couple unforced errors here, Speedway, after they fought their way back in. Just a couple of unforced turnovers right there. Hopefully the Bruins can continue to make them pay.
Back-to-back turnovers there for Kaiser, one off his own hands and another off his attempted assist. So Gibson now swings inside to Paris, tries to feed inside to Barnard. It's popping around like a hot potato. Barnard comes out with it. Huge throw to Miller. What a save. Paris, 3. It's good. Give him 3.
That was big right there.
Bruins up now, 44-28. 3 minutes left as Lund driving to the basket. Stops, feeds inside to Sox. Nice find there from Lund, and there's an assist and a bucket to Sox. 14-point lead now for the Bruins. Miller trapped on the wing. Swing to Gibson. Swing to Paris. Paris, can he keep it hot? No, off the front of the rim. But it's going to be off of Madalik. No, saved by Lund. Madalik to Kaiser now. Kaiser looking for someone. Dribbling back around to the right. Swing to Lund. Swing to Sox in the corner. Sox dribbling to his left. Hand off to Seaver. Seaver to Madalik. Madalik driving baseline. Creates that separation like we talked about. And there's another bucket. Like we said, he's really good about getting that first step, drawing that shoulder in, and the step back fadeaway. Miller, no look past the Barnard, couldn't get it there. Sox comes down with it. Madalik one-on-one with Gibson. Madalik, can he get the layup to go? Thomas now up with Sox. Thomas almost trapped in the corner, trying to find something. Inside to Miller. Miller up. Nice layup. There's 2 more. Back to 14. Bruins up 46-32. 1:50 left. Maddock one-on-one with Paris. Offensive foul on a push-off, and it's going back the way of the Bruins.
Yeah, that was a frustration foul there by Metallic. He did clear him out with the arm. That's 4 on him. This is only in the third quarter. He's going to have to sit, I would think. Yeah, he's taking him off. He's mad that he didn't get a foul call on the open layup, and it was good pressure. I don't remember if it was DT or Parker.
I believe it was Gibson.
Yeah. Just to put some pressure on it. I don't know if he got fouled or not. I couldn't see from the angle that I had, but that was just clearly a frustration foul there by him.
So Miller brings up for the Bruins after the offensive foul, and as we said, that's Madlik's 4th. He's going to sit for a little bit. Inside feed to Barnard. Nice find. Couldn't get the layup to go. Kaiser up the floor. Guarded by Gibson. Nice strip. It's on the floor. Sox got it now. Sox picks up his dribble to Kaiser back in the corner. Gibson, active hands there. Kaiser still holding his dribble, trying to find someone. Gets to Lund now up top. Lund on Miller, dribbling around to his left. Back right, driving in the lane. Kick out to Kaiser. Kaiser drives baseline, tries to feed it back to Lund. Instead, goes out to Merlee on the wing. Merlee to Sox. Sox now on the wing, guarded by DT. DT, nice hands. Sox gets it back, though, in the lane. Inside, find to Merlee. Way wide, gets his own rebound. Again, straight off the glass. This time, Barnard gets it. Under a minute now. Thomas dribbling. 1-on-4, over. There's the late foul call, but he's going to the line. Thomas couldn't get the foul call, but again, I said going to the line for 2.
Foul on Speedway, number 23. Owen Cedar, his third. Team third.
Yeah, good 2-3 minutes here in this third quarter for the Bruins. They've done a nice job of being aggressive, but not being too hectic, playing under control.
Thomas puts up his first free throw, and it is good. I believe he's 100% from the free throw line tonight, but announcer's curse could take effect here, but we obviously don't want that happening. But 52.7 seconds left. Bruins up by 15, the largest lead they've had of the night, and this is probably the longest period of play we've had tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thomas gets it off the front of the rim. Now a 16-point lead. 48-32 for the Bruins. 50 seconds now as they enter a trap. Lund tried to get it out. Picks it up. Gets it to Kaiser. Kaiser to Lund. Guarded by Dean. Lund tries to get it up and over. Gets it to Sox off the deflection. Sox driving baseline. Foul going to be called on Barnard as Sox tried to get it away. Clock's going to stop with 38.3 seconds left.
Foul on Tri-West, number 21. Lane Barnard, his second. Team second.
Barnard is second of the night. Number 32, Kyle Merlee going to take it down under the basket for this plugs. He's going to try and get inside to Seaver. He gets it on. Seaver 1-on-1 with Paris. Paris hands up, gets it out to Kaiser. Kaiser holding it up top. 30 seconds left in the third. Kaiser trying to dribble to his right. Guys defense there from Paris. Swing to Lund on the left wing. Lund trying to work his way back around. Spins inside. Swing to Seaver. Seaver to Sox under 20. Sox to Merlee. Merlee up top. Gets it to Kaiser. Kaiser looking around. 10 now. Kaiser jumping in the lane. Spins over Dean. Nice layup there. That was a tough trip to the basket. Gets it to go. 5 seconds. Gibson up the floor. 1-on-1 with Kaiser. Step back. 3. Oh, just in and out of the rim. Seaver going to get the rebound as the clock fires. But Bruins still up by 14 here. 48-34. We'll take a quick break and be right back. Welcome back here to Tri-West High School and to the Great Bruin Gymnasium for the start of our fourth quarter tonight between your Tri-West Bruins and the Speedway Spark Plugs. 48-34, 14-point lead, and Spears, I feel like we really got to see pretty much the longevity of both of these teams as we had about a 2 to 3 minute run there before the end of the quarter. What do you think of that?
Yeah, it was a rough start a little bit for us, a little shaky, missed some shots, open shots uncharacteristically, but we're able to kind of right the ship there. Build up the lead a little bit now. It's a 13, 14-point lead here, but we've got to make sure that we stay on our P's and Q's here and don't let this thing creep back down into single digits and let it tighten up.
Kaiser, hand off to Madalik as Madalik, huge information about him, 4 fouls, and a foul going to be called on Gibson there. As I thought it was about to be called an offensive foul on a push-off there, but Gibson going to get charged with his first of the night. We're only 11 seconds in, and there's our first foul.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He sure got his hand extended. Maybe we got it, I don't know, before.
So Lund to Kaiser on the inbound. Kaiser back to Lund. Lund, a huge 3, just off the back of the rim. Fighting for the rebound. Madalik out of the hands into Paris. Paris jumping through all the defenders, getting it, slowing it down, looking. Dean, inside to Miller. Miller, nice little post jumper. There's a nice, easy shot to go down for 2 more.
Good recognition.
Madalik bringing it down on the wing, trapped by Barnard. And there it is, foul on Barnard. That's going to be his third of the quarter.
Well, yeah, the reality is they're going to tighten up the whistles against him because I know Coach Wanell was over there chatting with the officials about foul calls. Now, that was a foul there, but that first one there on us, that was a little questionable. So we just got to be smart here. We don't want to turn this into a free throw shooting contest this early in the fourth quarter.
Good thing to mention there. 2 fouls on the Bruins so far, not even at the 7-minute mark, and there is a third foul there on the Bruins as I speak. 16 points here. We're not even out of the 7-minute mark, and we've racked up 3 fouls.
Yeah, I knew that was going to happen just because human psychology, Coach Wanell's talking to those guys over there. You knew it was going to happen. It's probably going to be that way, so we're just going to have to adjust.
Paris now on Madalik. Madalik one-on-one. Madalik inside, stripped by Gibson, picked up by Dean. Dean up to Gibson. Gibson one-on-one with Kaiser. Tried to go up. Foul going to be called on Kaiser. Almost gets the block done there. 7:05 left. Bruins still up by 16 as Gibson will head to the line. That's Speedway's first foul of the quarter.
Yeah, got a little bit of the benefit. I'll give it back here. We got a little bit of a benefit of the call in there. I did not see much contact there from Kendrick Kaiser on that foul. Maybe got him on the hand with the block, but I think even Parker kind of knows he's kind of having a laugh with him a little bit. Now, again, I think, Lane, what we're going to see here in this fourth quarter is Speedway's just going to say we're going to put the ball in our playmakers' hands, and we're going to force the officials to have to make a call. We talked to them about it. We know what's going to be coming, so we just got to adjust.
Kaiser brings it down off the rebound. Gibson misses a second free throw, holds this game at 17. Nice layup over Barnard, shrinks it to 15. 51-36, 6:50 left as Gibson brings it up. Speedway back in the diamond press, lobbing it to Gibson. Gibson crossover into territory.
Be
Thomas
smart.
now, back to Gibson. Huge shovel to Miller. Miller lob to Paris. Paris, the hot hand, gets it to go, but a foul going to be called. Offensive foul going to be called on Lane Barnard, his 4th of the night, as that prevents the 3 to go down.
Yeah, I wasn't even looking at Lane, so I don't even know what he did there. I mean, it wasn't much of an argument from Coach. He's actually talking to him now. So whatever he did, maybe he grabbed a kid or something. I don't know, but got to be smart.
Barnard, 2 quick fouls, and that'll put him right back on the bench as Anderson will come back in. Madalik now to Sox. Sox dribbling to his left, gets it to Kaiser. Kaiser now dribbling to his right, now in the lane, up over Anderson. Can't get the bucket to go, but a foul on Anderson. I believe that'll be Anderson's 3rd, and look at that. The Bruins have reached foul trouble. We still have 6 minutes left in this game, 5 fouls to 1. Excuse me, that's going to be Anderson's 2nd foul of the night, but, I mean, still, the big looming factor is Bruins picked up 2 fouls in 30 seconds, and it's now reached their 5th in a minute and about 30. So that's a huge development for Speedway, and this is still I believe a 14-point game. If the Bruins go on a no-point run, excuse me, I don't know what I'm trying to say there. A 0-point run, get 7 more fouls, that's a tie game. Hypothetically speaking, if all free throws are made, as Kaiser misses that one. So 14-point game here, but just speaking on that, Spears, while we watch this action, I wanted to hear your opinion on it.
Yeah, we got to adjust. I mean, they're going to tighten the whistles up here, it looks like, in the fourth quarter, so we got to be able to play defense without fouling.
Miller gets a rebound off of Gibson's miss, and Gettle to go. That's an and 1. So he'll go to the line for 1 free throw, and that's Speedway's 2nd foul of the quarter. Going to be charged towards number 4, Keller Sox.
Yeah, nice job, heads up there. We've had a couple of those plays tonight where they're just hustle plays, extra effort, not quitting on the play. Nice job there, Ryan, not giving up on the play, getting the M1 here. This will help kind of settle things down a little bit, hopefully, for the Bruins.
Miller misses the free throw, so the lead will stay at 53-37, 5:55 left as Madalik brings up the floor for the Sparkplugs. Again, nice pull-up jumper inside the arc, just in and out of the rim. Thomas has it. Thomas drives through the reach. Thomas one-on-one with Madalik, gets him jumping. Nice free throw, or nice layup there from Thomas. Way to draw him off his feet.
Yeah, great jump stop on 2 feet. Get the defender off his feet and go up and lay it up.
Timeout going to go to Speedway. 18-point lead here for the Bruins, 55-37. We'll be right back after this quick break. Welcome you back to the Tri-West Gymnasium. Welcome back to the Bruins Gymnasium here for our game between Tri-West and Speedway. 5:40 left to play here. One thing I want to mention before jumping back into the action, as this is our last basketball home game, but we'll kick right off here in just over a month, and with our baseball home opener going to be on April 8th versus Triton Central, right here at the Bruin Athletic Field. As we get back here, Sox, huge heave into number 32, Kyle Merlee. He's dribbling around the arc, gets it out to Madelick. Madelick now up on the arc, guarded by Thomas, gets by Paris, one-on-one with Anderson. Nice reverse layup, gonna shrink the lead back down 55-39. Gonna be a 14-point lead now for the Bruins, just over 5 minutes left in the game. Gibson, good way to get over the 10-second line, gets around Madelick. Gibson has it. Almost double trapped here, gets it under Madelick to Miller. Miller, huge lob to Paris in the corner. Gets it back to Gibson. Speedway in an aggressive trap offense here, trying to get him off center. Paris fights through to Miller. DT, wide open three. It's good. That's 3 more for the Bruins.
That's what you always want to do against any kind of zone defense, because you could see they were overloaded on one side of the court. You get it in the middle, you'll turn and look opposite. Nice job there.
Nice lob there from Sox and number 11, Nolan Moore, but the travel going to be called. Another unforced turnover. Dean going to enter the game for Gibson. Bruins now have a 19-point lead with that 3 from DT, 58-39, 4:30 left.
Coach Wanell complained about something. I didn't see anything there that was.
Miller going to attack through the trap. Dean jumping to the baseline to the pump fake. Swing to Anderson. Miller holding it. Gets it to Dean. Back inside to Anderson. Nice feed there.
Nice.
Way to be unselfish. Instead of popping the 3, gets it inside to Anderson.
And that's exactly like I said in pregame. Pass up a good one for a great one, right? Both of those could have been 3-point shots, but you work it in. You get a nice open layup. Nice job there by the Bruins.
Madelick gets inside to Merlee, swings at the Ward, swing to Lund. Lund to 3. It's good. There's Lund again with 3. He's been their primary scorer when Madelick isn't able to. I believe that's 2 threes and a jumper of him tonight, so that's going to be 8 points for the senior as Paris jacks up a 3 off the front of the rim. Anderson, nice offensive board with the bucket. It is now a 20-point game, 62-42.
Yeah, Parker's been huge these last couple weeks. He's unsung hero, I think, on some stuff. That was a really nice job right there.
And that's one thing I want to say, too, and you mentioned it earlier. I feel like the Bruin offense has really been able to articulate him more into the offense. We've seen him a lot here set those high ball screens and get the guards open, but they've really implemented the old-fashioned pick-and-roll move, and it's really worked out because he's great at getting his body in front of his defenders and using his size to his advantage.
Yep.
Merlee puts up a 3 for Speedway, won't go. Thomas tried to get the rebound, but bats it out of bounds, so the ball is going to stay with Speedway under their own basket with 3:09 left. An exact 20-point lead for the Bruins, 62-42. Lund going to take it out, inbounds to Merlee. Merlee hands it back to Lund. Lund dribbling around, shovel to Seaver. Seaver to Sox. Sox guarded by Thomas. Dribbling back around, huge swing to Lund. Lund, another deep 3. Off the back of the rim, Anderson's going to bring it back down. Hands it to Thomas, almost stolen by Sox, but Thomas going to regain control, 2:48 left. Thomas one-on-one with Sox. Sox all over him. Gets it to Anderson. Anderson to Dean on the wing. Anderson setting up a block. Dean dribbling around, trying to drain some clock here as Miller driving baseline. Can't get it. Swing to Paris. Pump fakes. Driving inside. Nice inside pass to Dean. Way to find him on the block. Again, like you were saying, take up a good shot for a great one. There's another easy 2 points for Dean. 64-42. 22-point lead. Sox dribbling around to his left now. Gets it to Seaver. Seaver to Madelick. Madelick guarded by Anderson. Dribbles it through Paris's knees. But can't get it. Seaver up and over. Thomas. Block going to be called on Daniel. So that'll be another foul for Daniels. That's his second attempt at a charge today.
Yeah. It's a good idea, but I think what happened there is he got underneath the offensive player. You got to give the offensive player a room to come down, and he had jumped up in the air before DT slid in. So I don't think that he was out of position so much, but you just got to give the offensive player his space to be able to land.
So number 23, Owen Seaver at the line, going to make his first. Blakely entering the floor for the first time tonight, as well as Lane Barnard re-entering the game. Bruins still up by 21 now. Seaver setting up for his second. Sets up, and it is good. Back to 20 points, 64-44. Miller brings it up. 2-minute warning left in this game for the final home game of the Bruins this season. Barnard to Blakely. Blakely looking around, dribbling to his left. Hands it off to Miller. Miller trying to work inside, can't get it. Hand off to Dean. Dean to Paris. Paris back to Dean. Dean to Blakely. Blakely swing to Dean. Dean wide open for three. Just long. Fighting for the rebound, Madalek. He's got it, dribbling up the floor. Madalek one-on-one with Paris. Spin move over the layup. Barnard's going to come back down with it. 1:25 left in this game. Paris inside feed of Miller. Nice find there. Full timeout. Going to go to, Shrine calling for a sub timeout, so we're not going to take a quick break.
Yeah, just a substitution timeout there. Get these JV guys in, get those varsity guys off the floor. No injuries.
So to clear some confusion, as that was a sub timeout, as you were saying, getting the JV players some minutes. On the Speedway side, we have number 5, Ethan Moore. We have number 31. Unable to bind him here on the lineup, or is that 21, excuse me? Or no, it's 20, excuse me. 21 is going to be Cooper Eller. Can't find a number 31 here on the roster. Number 24 is going to be Colton Thompson. And number 4, Keller Soxton stays the game as he drives inside for a layup. Lineup for the Bruins goes as Dean, Blakely, Barnard, Keegan Linder, and Xavier Graham. Dean to Graham. Graham a 3. It's good. Give him 3. And that's one guy I want to say here prematurely before the season ends. That's going to be a guy to look out for next year on the roster.
Yeah, I would love to continue to see him evolve. He's really taken a big step in the JV roster this year, and I think he's somebody, if he can continue to develop, he'll be a good addition to the varsity lineup next year.
40 seconds left, 23-point lead for the Bruins, 69-46. Number 24, that's going to be Colton Thompson within the corner. Almost gets it stolen, but a foul going to be called on Blakely. So number 24, Colton Thompson, he'll be going to the line for 2. 32 seconds left in this game. As this has been a really, for most of the game up until the fourth quarter, the Bruins kind of stretched their legs a little bit, started to show their athleticism. But, this was really kind of a tooth-and-nail fight. Both teams are clawing for every basket they could get.
Yeah, it was close all throughout. I really think the pivotal moment in the game was at about like the 3 or 4 minute mark of the third quarter. We came out in the start of the third quarter really kind of shaky, and then we just really kind of turned it on defensively, offensively, created some turnovers. Speedway had some unforced errors. We made them pay for it. So, good job by the Bruins to not let up throughout the third and now in the fourth quarters.
Blakely, a nice layup there. Drives to the basket, puts it up 24, 20 seconds left. Bruins up 71-47. Pass is going to go to Thompson. Thompson dribbling around on the right wing, looking for something here, guarded by Dean. Gets it to number 5, that's Ethan Moore. Moore gets to number 21, Cooper Eller, who swings to Sox. Sox with 2 seconds left, puts up a last-ditch effort 3. It'll go, but that'll only shrink the lead to 21, and the Bruins march out of here with a huge victory, 71-50. As Spears, that was an awesome win there for the Bruins. It was a really tooth-and-nail fight, as we just talked about, with the Bruins. Great job tonight.
Yeah, took care of business. Did some really good things, handled a lot of different pressures. Coach said they were going to throw a lot of different stuff at us tonight. So all in all, a good result.
Yeah, very well said there. And as we said, this is our last broadcast of the season here for basketball. And I just want to say as one thing here, started off as a PA announcer for this school. It was really awesome just to be here, be in this atmosphere, building this program from the ground up here with Connor Spears. We've grown into about a 5. It only started with us 3 here in Lawson Whaling. Shout out to him. This has grown to a funny 6 or 7 person program here, and it's always fun to come out every Friday night with these guys. Loved it as a senior here. Loved football season. Loved basketball season. Great to spend it with these guys.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well said, Lane. Thank you for your contributions. You've been a great addition to the team. We've loved having you on the call, on the camera, doing whatever it takes. So good luck to you in volleyball season. right?
Yeah, hope to see you guys out here for a couple games.
Absolutely, we'll make it happen.
We're looking pretty good this year. You guys should come out and watch.
Absolutely, we will make it happen for sure.
So we'll sign off here. We're also going to leave you guys with a bit of me and Connor highlights here from our past season's accomplishments. But just want to sign off here one last time from basketball season so long here from the Tri-West Sports Network.
Welcome to the Bruin Den, home of the Tri-West Bruins for tonight's varsity matchup between the Tri-West Bruins and the visiting Webo Stars. I'm Coach Justin Spears, joined by Lane Gibbs. We got Connor Ross on the camera tonight. Lane, this is going to be a great game. It's the first game of the year for a new Tri-West team, new staff, a lot of new players. Webo's got a couple of games under their belt. What are you looking forward to tonight?
I think it's going to be a great matchup tonight, a really big Sagamore conference rivalry. And I think Webo, they're coming off some confidence here. Snap this. Paris in the corner. Paris for three. He's got it. Paris for three. First shot of the game. Anthony puts up the box. Bear with the rebound. And there it is. Bear, 1,000 career points off a block of Anthony's shot. What a great accomplishment by her.
Well, everybody, it's Friday night again. 7 o'clock has rolled around. You know what time that is? It is football time, everybody, and we got a good one tonight. It's the Bruins versus the rivalry school to the north. It's the Danville Warriors. This is going to be a great game tonight, Mr. Spears. Danville lining up under center. It's a fumble snap. The ball's out. Bruins ball on top of it. The Bruins have the ball. It's a recovered fumble. Hands the ball to Wanson. Wanson trying to follow his blocks. He's got some room. Cuts it back inside of the field.
He's going to take it to the house.
There's no one home.
He's going to house this. One guy to beat.
House. Cuts it back. He's still on his feet. Gonna come down. He takes the snap. He's going to drop back to pass. Looking over the middle. And Garver's going to get it. I thought it was Tim, but it's not. Garver comes down with the ball. That's a touchdown. Bruins to start this game. He's got to give him 3.
Yeah,
Miller
Coach.
strikes Dean for 3. It's good. Give him 3. Dean to the Barnard who flashes up top. Barnard to Dean. Dean to pull up 3. He's 2 for 2. Give him another 5-point game. Gibson to Miller. Miller. No. 1. Oh!
That was huge.
Check Ryan Miller. Give him 3. Harris inbounding it to Thomas. 18 now. Thomas. Huge heat to Miller. Heat check again. Indeed!
Yes, sir.
Miller respawn!
They don't get him in transition.
Bruins really need a bucket here. Don't need anything too crazy. Like you were saying, need to slow it down on offense. Harris, Dean at 3. It's good! Don't mind me! Dean with 3. Paris driving. Paris over and 1! Paris, great drive! Inside for Barnard. He's got him. Barnard, quick swing to Dean. Dean in wide open 3. It's good! Give him across the 10-second line. Thomas,
my
between the
goodness.
legs, dribble, gets the layup to fall! What a play! Oh my goodness! Side to Thomas. Thomas a pull-up jumper. Looks like it blocked. Anderson goes back down with it. Nice lay off Gibson, a pull-up 3. Can't get it to go. Miller comes down with the rebound. Miller goes up, tries to draw the contact, gets it, and there's an there and 1. Nice shot there from Miller to try to get it out to Thomas, and he will. Thomas looking, hands it back to Miller. Miller dribbling across, pull up 3 from Miller. That's good.
There we
Give
go.
him 3.
This is dead right here.
Bruins still on the press.
There's a 10.
They haven't gotten it across.
That's got to be 10.
There's a 10. There's a 10. Turnover on the 10. Nice defense in from Miller to poke out the steal. He's stolen by Paris. Paris, 1-on-1 with Song. Can he get it? No foul. Yes, he can. Bruins back up by 2. Bruins for 2. Dean a 3. Nice
That's
start.
a good way to
There's 3
start.
for the Bruins.